Okay, now we're out here in the barn. Now, as we talked inside, we have a milk boat there with a sled, and that keeps the milker contained. So if there's no contact with the actual milker bucket with the floor. As you can see, it's very important here to keep the floor clean. So that way, if there's any loose particles around, they don't get sucked up into the milker if that may happen. So that's why you want to keep the floors clean. Nice to keep your walls clean so that you can see if there is dirt. It lightens it up in here, makes it a little more cheerful. And I'll talk a little bit about what I got on. I got these coveralls on. And what this does for me is when I go to chore, I'm covered up from head to foot. I got the cap on here because some of the babies like to nuzzle around in my hair, and this works good to keep them off my hair. So when I get done milking, got nice clean clothes underneath, nice clean shirt, keeps you protected. So this is the barn milking parlor, and what we got here is the mothers separated from their calves right now in preparation for milking, quietly chewing their cud, ready for the morning milking. So what we do is we bring them out one at a time and put them into the stall and brush them down. If there's any loose dirt, you can see they're very clean. One thing about a camel is they have their udder. Their udder is a long way from the ground. So that generally helps make a clean animal. The other thing you will notice about the camel is they don't have loose stool like a cow will. So a lot of times they'll just be these hard little turds, more like a deer or a elk will have. And sometimes they get soft, but it's not messy like a cow generally is. So they're a cleaner animal in this sense. So what we're going to do is we put a little bit of grain, non-GMO, soy-free feed we have here that we give them a little bit of feed up here. Helps turn their milking experience into a treat. Okay, we're going to be milking Pansy first. Now this one here, we're starting to leave the calf tied. She stimulates well without the calf sucking, so we try to do that when we can. So here you can see she's pretty clean. Got maybe a piece of straw here or there. Take the back of your hand, just run it over. Make sure that she's nice and clean, and then we go ahead and hook up the milker. We have the vacuum pump behind the gate there for protection. And then here we have the one-step wipe out dairy wipes. So we go ahead and plug in the vacuum pump. Bring this up. The first one normally sticks out of the top, so we just use that just to clean our hands. And maybe do an initial wipe on the teeth. Then we go ahead and we wipe the teeth. Looks like she's stimulated very well. pop on the milker. So what we do here is we stick right with the cow. And the reason for that is if anything should go wrong, you're right here to take care of it. We don't stand up and walk away from the milker at any time. You can see the milk flowing through the tube into the bucket. What I'm doing up here is I have my hand up here. There's one teat that the milk doesn't come out quite as easy. So I put a little bit of downward pressure on it to just help. Pretty much done milking at this point. There's not much coming through here. Maybe a little bit out of one teat here. We lightly massage it. Just help that finish milking out. This camel will tolerate this very well. You can lightly massage the upper part of the teat, lower part of the udder. And then we go ahead and pop it off the teat. And then we come down here. The first thing we do is we turn this off right here, this little lever. That way, when I put this down here, even though this is clean in here, there's no chance of it picking anything up. Go ahead and pick up the dairy wipes, put them in our waste basket. Then we allow the calf to have some milk. And now what happens is the calf actually is old enough to actually be weaned, so they don't have to have the milk. But the milk is a very good treat for them, and of course we need the partnership of the calf to produce milk letdown, to induce the milk letdown. So Pansy is ready to go back in. She's still got a mouthful of grain. Now we allow the calf to go back in with the mother. Next, there's Darky. We don't have a catch rope on her. She's trying to get her gentle down without a catch rope. So we can just catch her by the halter. They have such a tall head, they can get away from you pretty easily if they want to. Darky's really nice to milk. They're a lot like a gentle giant. So in this case, you can see that she's got a little bit of heavier coat. She's the type of animal that loves to bath in the snow. She loves to just get a little bit more dirty. So we actually use a curry comb on her. That's a good girl. It's really nice when the camel gets to the point where they're a nice calm animal in the milking parlor. That way you can take your time. We go ahead and clean up just a touch. We allow Jean to come out. She's a little female calf. Allow her to stimulate. Now her we actually allow to have one of the teats here. we go ahead and pick this back up, turn this on. Get your dairy white, flip it upside down. Now in this situation, we're going to allow her to keep one piece for herself. So what we do is we have a plug here. So we clean up the plug with the dairy white. We pop it into the one that we're not going to be using. So that can hang there. We do our initial white. Then we do the final white. And she's milking very well. Now because that we do use the dairy whites right here, I like the dairy white because it allows us to do everything with a one-step or two-step. You use 2 of these for each cow, or 3 if you need to. But I don't like the milk dip, the teat dip as well, and the dry white. But because we do these have alcohol base in them, so it tends to dry out the teat. So we actually need to put some udder balm periodically on the teat, on the udder, to help keep that nice and moist for the comfort of the cow and for the health of the teat. And here again, you can see the little bit of dry manure. It's very easy to clean up.
Till I want no more. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more. Open now the crystal fountain whence the healing waters flow.